Okay, so the first question about the trousers above the ankle, the sunnah is not to have long trousers or izar, or if the izar, initially the hadith is talking about the izar, which is the like the longi or the sarong, the style that a lot of the Muslim countries they wear. But you could also extend it to trousers. So some people said it should not apply to trousers because it's specifically talking about the izar. But the better opinion is that any kind of lower garment of the men, it should be above the ankles, and anything that is deliberately below that is a sin. Now that is if it's done deliberately out of arrogance. If somebody makes effort to keep it above the ankles, they'll be rewarded. And if it happens to fall down below without any arrogance, then it is makrooh, but it's not a sin. And it could be that you make the effort, but because of the way you move, the way you walk, the way you're running, for example, or you're going upstairs or downstairs, or you sit down and your trousers may go down or up within your movements, then this is not a sin. This is overlooked. Or it could also be because you're very skinny, you're thin, your clothes don't fall upon you in the same way that somebody who is a bigger might, and so your trousers end up, or what do they call that? That part of your trousers, it ends up going down below. This is not a sin, and this is what happened with Abu Bakr Siddiq. His izar used to keep going below, and the Prophet ﷺ said, "You're not doing it out of arrogance. It's because you're a thin man. That's why it's happening." And even the Prophet ﷺ, one time when the eclipse happened, and he was rushing to go to the masjid, his izar was going below the ankle, even touching the floor. Because this is an accident, it's a mistake. It's what happens sometimes when you move. And so this is not a sin as well. So what we say is that you should make effort to keep it above, and that is rewardable. And if it goes below, it's makrooh. But if you do it deliberately out of arrogance, for example, I don't like the way it looks, I think it looks ugly if it's above, out of this type of arrogance he wants to be, in particularly opposite to the sunnah, then this is where it becomes a sin and it's haram.